Hey guys, Debbie Bubbles here. Welcome back to my channel and into the walls of our home. Today is Monday, the first day of September, and we are cleaning. Today is time for the Clean and Decorate with Me open collaboration, which is hosted every first Monday of the month, with today's Monday falling on the first day of the month. Y'all, hosts of this collab are the Grace Life DIY Home Decor and me, Debbie Bubbles. We're going to do some cleaning. Now, when I say cleaning, today we're going to do some cleaning in the kitchen because I'm actually going to clean some surface areas before I clean some meat items and store them. And then we're going to do some more cleaning afterwards. And then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to decorate for you. So come on, let's see what we do. All right, my bubblies. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and clean and sanitize my sink area because before we do anything else, we want it clean. And I'm going to be, after I clean out these sinks, I'm going to clean the meat products that I picked up in a recent grocery haul that you probably have seen. And we're going to get those things washed up good. You know, they're always full of all that bone meal and just the extra gunk. So I'm going to cleanse our meat with water several times over, as well as using some vinegar in the water for cleansing purposes too. And then we're going to get it stored away into fresh freezer safe packaging so that we can freeze it and use it later. Now, part of the reason for me cleaning the meat prior to putting it in the freezer, along with the fact that it has all that bone meal and gross stuff on it and all that, I don't know when I'll necessarily be using it. Most of it won't be soon. And so I'm going to put it in freezer storage bags. And I just feel like it stores better inside of the freezer packaging rather than just the packaging that you get in the grocery store, as well as I'm able to then put my dates on it. I see what I have. And it also helps with the process of cooking because then I don't have to defrost and then wait to clean it before I cook it. This way the major prep is already done. Here we have some clear water that I'm running and rinsing all the nasty away. Gonna rinse this meat off good. Okay, so I've already rinsed the meat several times or a couple of times already, and now I'm running more water and adding vinegar to it, just clear, regular clear vinegar. And once we do a good wash and rinse again, then I've separated the different cuts of meat into their own little piles there. And then I'm going to come in with some paper towels and and I'm going to blot the meat and get it nice and dried off good before I then put it inside of the storage bags. Okay, so we have our meat blotted dry and separated into its individual pile there. Next, we're going to go ahead and get into our freezer storage bags. And then once we have it in the storage bags, we're going to go ahead, get all that air pressed out, seal it good. And I'm going to go ahead and mark the contents on the bag as well as the date that I'm storing the item. So that way I know what I have, I know when it went in, and I can kind of watch it a little better that way. So I am pleased this part of the process is done. So now we're going to get to putting this in the freezer, and from there we're going to sanitize the kitchen. All right, so we have our meat stored away, and now we're going to go in and start with doing our deep cleaning. So I'll start off first with this Dawn Power Wash, and I go ahead, I've rinsed the sinks out good already, but now we're going to go ahead and give a good deep scrub, and we're getting underneath the grout. You know, we have those bottom mounted, under mounted sinks here, and so I want to make sure that we get all up under that little lip and that edge. They're sealed well, but you know, I don't want anything trapped in there, and so we're going to get that all cleaned up good and rinsed off. And then what you're not going to see here is I then draw a sink full or both of the sinks full of water and add in bleach tablets and let that kind of soak and sit for a bit, and then I come back and rinse, re-clean again because I'm obsessive about some things. Now, I think I've slowed this video down a little bit here. I wanted you to see kind of part of my obsession and all here. I have some issues. Y'all, when I come around to the front corner or the front area of the sink, you're going to see some of that gunk washed from underneath. Now, I know some of it is probably some of the little grout stuff or whatever they used to seal the sink with, but some of it is probably just some old buildup and that kind of thing, and it's gunky and nasty, and I don't want that in my food, on my dishes, or anywhere else. So that is why I spend some time cleaning and sanitizing, because we want to get all the ick out. Okay, y'all. So I ran and found some footage of some more cleaning here in the kitchen. And what we're going to do is the stove top. So as you see here, we got a lot of stuff going on, just a whole bunch of too much. And so we're going to get this side, or both sides of the stove, cleaned off, as well as the stove top. And then we're going to do a little bit of decorating, a little bit of styling. So I'm going to wipe down these counters really, really well. We're going to get in and get some ick off of the walls and all that kind of thing as well. You know, oil and stuff builds up. You see it right there. You see it. I know you see it because I see it. So we don't want that there. So we're going to get all that cleaned and cleared away, and we'll proceed to whatever is next. Got to use a little bit of elbow grease and get in there with some of that Dawn dishwashing liquid and power scrub, because it works miracles in the kitchen, y'all. And next I have here these little silicone things that go on either side of the stove where the stove and the counters meet, and it kind of just keeps gunk and stuff from falling down through there. We're going to wipe off my Drake canisters here. These are in brown. Y'all, I think I really am digging on a new Mackenzie Childs piece, and that would be, they have a new fall line that has browns, and you know she loves brown. So I'm thinking that that might be a birthday request. My birthday is coming up here in about 18 more days. Today is the 1st of September when I'm doing this voiceover, so I have 18 days to let somebody know what I would like for my birthday, and maybe they can get me a new Mackenzie Childs piece that's going to be in the beautiful autumn tones. I've brought out here, y'all, my Gather cutting board, plaque, whatever we want to call it. I'm not going to ever cut anything on it, but that was something we purchased over in Dollar General, I think last year, maybe about $3 to $5 on that. We're going to go in with one of my Steady Eddies here. I love to have this particular dark stained wood board. Well, it's not stained, but that dark wood board, and it has a nice copper handle to it. We put that cutting board down because we don't use it for cutting either. We've gotten several thrifted items. That candle holder you saw there, this little plant here. I don't remove tags, y'all. I just don't even have time for it. It's like, I'll clean things. That's what I do. If the tag remains, it just remains. So we are styling up this cute little corner over here, coming in, of course, with our leopard print cutting board that my Brandy bought her mama many moons ago. So y'all, we've got one side of the kitchen styled. And now we're going to start working on the other side, that other surround, here in just a moment. Now that we've gotten all the items removed. There's my little doohickey that keeps things from sliding. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just some drawer liner is what it is. It's drawer liner. But we're going to pull all these items out, get them cleaned up, wiped down good, and replace, you know, got to get over there by the plug-ins and all that stuff too. Now I have another issue, y'all. I don't like to see outlets and all, and I know a lot of us are in sister company with that, so I always try and keep them covered with something if I can. So here in the kitchen right here, we're going to go in with a few more of our cutting boards that are not used to cut a single thing. They're used for decorative purposes only. So we're going in with that very beautiful matte black cutting board, and then we're going to follow up with this one here, which also is accented with leopard print, of course. We're going to slide that on in there, and last but not least, we're going to add in our 3 nails, because we got to remember those 3 nails. And in front of that visual reminder of Jesus bearing my sins on that cross and taking my place, we have placed a rabbit because he was handy. We're coming in with my copper and black accents for the kitchen, because you know she loves copper and black and brown and all the colors. And then we're going to switch back over again here in just a moment to the other side of our stove surround, because Debby Bubbles has got to bring in a little bit more leopard print. So here is my leopard print picture frame chair. I'll probably put scripture in that frame eventually. Here is probably my favorite candle holder or candlestick of all times. It is a carved wooden candlestick, and I love it. We've got a candle with fleur-de-lis all over it. And of course, we have a sign that says, you say high maintenance like it's a bad thing. Because she might be a little high maintenance, but is that a bad thing? Really? Is it a bad thing? Well, y'all, the king says that he finds me to be pretty maintenance free, but he's willing and able to maintain me every day of the week. So, y'all, until next time, until next video, thank you for joining us. Mwah. I love you. Bye bye.